And welcome once again to AV Racing TV. It's the last race of the season. Race 18. We're going to be going to Vietnam. 4 tracks short this season to make way for the new game. It's the last one. Our driver's champion has already been crowned. That is Reaper. And our constructor is Mercedes. But the battle today is FCST and NAC. That second and third position in the drivers' championship is still up for grabs right now. FCST currently trailing NAC by 8 points. That means FCST is going to need to finish this race with 9 points more than NAC if he wants that second spot. So, I think to finish 9 points in front of NAC, I think FCST is probably just going to be hoping for a DNF from NAC, to be honest. NAC, I'm going to be wanting to hold that position though. FCST can't get 8 points because that'll mean they'll finish on the same and NAC will win on a countback of wins. And he will still take that second. We've got a minute right now to load in to the lobby. Only 11 drivers in here right now. Hello there, Dom. This could possibly be my last race in AV. I'm not sure. Yeah, obviously you have your next season 5 coming up. That'll be in a month's time or so after this, so I'm not sure if I will be back on that. Red Bull for third in constructors is... You could do it if you got both Red Bulls in here today. I think you guys are going to be praying for that DNF from FCST. Well, he's praying for that DNF for NAC. 20 seconds right now, 12 drivers. Both Mercedes are in here, both Red Bulls are here, both McLarens are here. And one runner of James, one AlphaTauri here of Kuhn. Jasper there in the Alfa Romeo, David in Williams. Is that someone else coming in? That's Mercedes disappearing. Where did Reaper just go then? Anyway, we're loading into Vietnam right now. Not sure what happened to Reaper. This is Hanoi Street Circuit. 50% race for us, as always, which is 28 laps around here. 3.4 miles or 5.6 kilometers, if you like that metric. 23 corners on this track and 3 DRS zones. A lot of corners. A big old Sector 3, which is essentially just one giant chicane, basically, and that is the point where any time is going to be made and lost around this track. Oh, pardon me, too much beer already. Weather's looking dry. Pretty sure the first 2 seasons it was raining for quali in both of those. Although I'm wondering what the weather for the race will be like. Hopefully someone can let me know in the chat about that. Dry and cloudy for the race, I'm told. That's good for Vietnam. It's no fun around here in the wet, but it is prone to the rain. Oh, that's my mic cable. A lot of drivers testing out the medium tyre around here. This is definitely a track. If you want to start on that medium, wait right till the end. There's only 11 of you in there right now. It's wait till the end, then go out on that medium and get a good time on that medium when that track is rubbered in. Everyone coming out of the pits pretty quickly here right now. Everyone wants that bit of practice around this track. Are we gonna trust on this Reaper not getting back in. Unsure what happened with that and why Reaper disconnected at the end there, but that means there is potentially a lot more points available for now. FCST, all the Red Bulls wanting to move themselves up in the constructors, as Dom mentioned. Who are we going to get our lap with around here? It's a very, very tight street track around here. I need to even try and remember all the corners around here because there's so damn many of them. It doesn't make it easy for me. Where is... Bring that out, minimize that. Let's get the other map up, and I think there's James. We'll take the Renault. James is normally clean. I need a clean driver around this track. Going through the penultimate corners right now as we come across the timeline and into one of the DRS zones around this track. Of the three there is, up into turn one right now. First, essentially 5 corners here, pretty much linking together. Turn 1, turn 2. Make sure not to run too wide on the exit here. Getting nice and sharp there. 3, 4, and now 5. James taking the option over the curb there on that corner. Now in 6, 7, 8, and 9. Almost this big elongated hairpin at the end here, and we're going to get a quick exit out there. It's going to bring us into another DRS zone along a very, very long straight part of track. Little kink along here. This is turn 10. DRS zone all the way along here. So much DRS on here. Very easy to use that ERS in the race as well. This is turn 11 and then turn 12. That hairpin just keeps on going at the end of the track there, and into, now we come up into the start of sector 3 right now. This was about one big chicane. Turns 15, 16, 17. I think I'm slightly off there. No, 18, then 19. And we got 20, that's 22, and then we're over to 23 here. We're slightly off on that. So many corners in sector 3 anyway, lots and lots and lots. I don't have to worry about that in the next game because this track doesn't exist anymore. No F1 car ever went round it in real life. That's a benchmark there on the mediums there from James with 1:36.6. Lang the Red Bull has also set a 1:38 there. Xz and the McLaren jumping up also on the mediums with a 1:37. Come back at the qualifying from last season because I have no official times to gauge pace by. Look at the best here at last season. We was getting 1:34.2 was Knack on the front row, and best off with 1:34.239 on the second row of the grid. Those were our times last season. Knack there still in the garage waiting until the end, I think. FCST up there currently with a fast lap of 1:34.8, already getting into that 34 territory. Coons put in a 1:35 time there. A lot of the drivers on the soft right now. Like I said, I don't know why no one waits until evening gnome. I'll crack one open in all. Let's have a good race. I hope we have a good race as well. Reaper, why did you leave? What happened? Why? CST still looks like he's pushing around Risby hard around here. Might just be trying to get back to the pits though. Next through, and the Domestos still in there. I really think the mediums in this qualifying would have been a great bet to leave until much later on for all these guys. And there's only 11 people in there, so everyone's going to have to take their quality tire. And by the end of this qualifying now, 12 minutes still to go, I think a lot of these drivers that are on the medium right now are going to be switching back to the soft I think maybe if we just leave that medium until the very last few minutes of quality, until there's as much rubber on the track as possible, get up into that 5th or 6th spot, starting on the medium tyre, and just have a completely different pit bias. Everyone else might lose a position or two at the start off the grid with that very long straight if everyone's close together, but I think there's definitely that option for that. Very different pit strategy here. There's Knack there on outlap, very near the start of his lap. Let's get on board with the Williams of David right now. I'm running the medium tyre, coming down towards turn. Where are we right now? Coming down towards turn 6 and 7. That's purple there in sector 1 for the Williams right now. Using all the curb, getting a little bit unsteady there coming into 8. Make it out through 9 pretty cleanly there. Didn't plan on racing anyway, just joined as a joke to mess with some people. Don't have anything left to prove in this game. You are very, very quick in this game, my friend, I must say. This track, I wouldn't say this track sucks, but I wouldn't say it's my favourite track. I'm pretty quick here through sector 3 from David and the Williams, actually. I wouldn't say it's my favourite track, it's difficult to race, but it's... I'm validated just there right at the end. That's a shame there for Williams. That was looking like a very good time there. I said very difficult there through sector 3. Let's get on with Knack in Williams right now. Just exiting turn 5 right now into the first DRS zone around this track. Get very tight to the wall there, absolutely minimizing distance traveled around the track. Every tiny thousandth of a second is possible to save. Nice and controlled on the power there through 8 and 9, getting back on the gas just as he needs to power out 9, not causing too much understeer to then hit the wall on the way out as well. Into the other DRS zone along the straight here. Almost looking like I wanted to try and get a little slipstream from the Renault of James there before it pulled over and slowed into the hairpin now. Very smooth, this one very wide there. The game didn't invalidate that. I'm quite surprised. That was lucky. That's fastest in sector 2 right now. Into the braking very late there into sector 3. Let's see. So tight through there. That's going to invalidate it though. It's not going to be happy with that. That was a very good quick lap. It's going to be interesting. Says Reaper, Knack, FCST and Kuhn are very quick. Don't estimate Dom either. No, Dom, FCST and Kuhn all have both had 2 podiums around here each. Kuhn, I've got written down that Kuhn took the win in season 1 here, and he got 2nd in season 3. Dom got a win in season 3 and 2nd in season 2. FCST's had 2 third places around here. Dom about to come across the line right now. Did I move his time into there? I didn't see the time thing. Dom's in 2nd right now, 1:35 flat basically there. Still haven't got quite close to our times from previous seasons. Still about 5-6 tenths off our previous our times from the last season. This is in here right now. Lots of curb from lots of drivers around here. Xz got a little bit wide there through 6 and 7. Keep having to look at the track map. I can't remember these corners. There's too damn many of them. It's on the straight right now. It's at the Red Bull of Lang, I think, down the other end there, possibly. He's getting very wide through 10 there. Nearly taking a little tap on the wall. I think he's trying to line himself up with maybe the Williams in front. Trying to get some slip along that straight. Very easy if you're running close to another car in qualifying to get a big old bit of slipstream down that straight. That could definitely shave a few tenths off the time at the end. There's a large chunk of wing gone through the chicanes. That's going to make the rest of this. I should imagine he's going to be diving into the pits right now, because that's going to make the rest of these corners very, very difficult. It is not a track in which you want to be taking any sort of wing damage, even in a race. Just missing an end plate off your wing in this race, that's sector 3, you will lose so much time. Wing damage, you have to take that pit straight away. Notice a lot of drivers on here slowing down on all the straight bits as soon as they see someone behind them slowing down. Not want to give anyone that slipstring along there. That's coming up purple right now in sector 2 for Lang right now. A little bit off line there through one of the curves there through sector 3, but the rest of it's looking pretty nice right now and controlled from the Red Bull driver into the last penultimate corner. Let's see what the time is. That's a 1:36.2. Why is my lap data? That's not enabled. That's why I can't tell what times anyone's running, because it's not up on the screen. Who else have we got out here right now? James got a set of softs on right now, using all the track throughout the first couple of corners. That's getting maybe a little bit too tight there on that part of 3. In the first DRS zone right now, gonna make our way down 6, 7, 8, and 9. I have to keep telling myself the track numbers so I can remember them here for the race. I hope we have some thrilling action as we had last week at Silverstone around here today. I didn't expect anything at all. Comfortably riding along with the Red Bull last week of Dom, watching the two Mercedes driving side by side through so many of the corners, and then unexpectedly on the very last lap coming in at, I think, third to last corner, Stowe, and to watch them hit each other all of a sudden. Then Dom's in first. What a spectacular race. James diving in to the pits on that lap. Sam the guy, X is on out lap. Domestos and Kuhn up here on out lap right now. 4 minutes left of qualifying. Agree, it was an incredible race, and so much of that race I sat there just... I just sat in Dom's Red Bull, basically just riding along with Dom, because it was the best way I could get a view from you, because the cinematic camera in the game just it changes itself up too much sometimes. Like, you don't know what kind of angle you're going to get to be able to see the corner properly. Like, sometimes it's just going to give you that low down shot from the curb, and it's like, I can't see both the cars coming the corner. So the best option was just ride along with Dom and watch you the whole time. And yeah, it was great racing around Silverstone. Kuhn right now on a fast lap, coming to the first couple of corners. Looks pretty quick through there on his exit. And to be careful of these curbs sometimes around these big kind of elongated hairpins out here between the first to 9 corners is these big old crazy hairpins. These curbs taking a little bit too much of them sometimes, can be a little bit unstable. That was a bit of a lift there from Kuhn, trying to get on the gas a bit too quick coming through 8. Which drivers impressed me the most this season? I think FCST, FCST's always been kind of fast, but I think what impressed me, I think, this season was just a sudden up in kind of consistency. He'd always been kind of like faster before, but there might have been kind of errors or mistakes or getting into whatever kind of problem that might have had him back or dropped him back a little bit. But from the get-go this season, he's just been pretty solid and like consistently like up there trying to like race you and Knack, where he was a little bit like further behind. So I think FCST just, yeah. Looking like from Kuhn, that's going to be quicker than his other time. That's a 1:34.5. That's up to the front row there for Kuhn. He wants his podium. He wants another win here. He lost out on it last season, did Kuhn, from having a 5-second penalty from speeding in the pit lane, he told me. And Dom managed to take that win last season. Kuhn wants penance from that, and that's the sort of time that's going to help him with that. I get back on with Dom right now. See if he can answer back to that. That's a clip on the wall right there. I hope I didn't see any wing fly off, but I might have lost him a 10th. He's slowing down a bit too much there for turn 1. He's abandoning that lap. He's letting Lang, the other Red Bull, through. Dom's gonna be upset with that clip on the wing, slowing him down there. I'm not sure if he's not going to have enough time to get round for another one. FCST's on an outlap right now. Where is he? He should just about make it round. Red Bulls right now are going to try wanting to move themselves up into that third place. They're going to be praying for DNF of FCST. And as we said, FCST, when did Knack and qualifying with no time there? He's in the pits right now. I didn't notice that message of him retiring from the session. Dom's also retired right now. Said that's enough. How's the other Red Bull doing? Can he move himself up more? I think Knack might have purposely retired and chosen to go in 11th so he can take that medium tyre, so he can take that different tyre strategy at the back there. Kuhn now retiring in second. That's coming up purple there in Sector 2 for the Red Bull of Lang into Sector 3 right now. A little bit slow there, I think, through 17. I think Knack wanted to start from the back for a good show. Fair enough. 1:35.4 there for Lang. That moves him up into 6th. I want to see what FCSC's still got in the tank left around here. See if he can improve that time. As we said last season, our fastest qualifying lap of 1:34.2 flat. We'll see if FCST can beat that around here. That is looking fast around there. That looked very, very quick through 7, 8 and the exit there of 9. See when we come to the end of the sector after turns 11 and 12, if he's running quicker than his other time right now. I think he might possibly be, or it's going to be very close to it. To give him this, he is up on his other time. Let's see what he can do through sector 3 right now. Let's see what this ass has got. Using absolutely all of the track, the rotation there, bringing the car back, turning back in quickly to get it round, just clipping those curbs by the walls, making his way through. Perfect car placement there. It's going to be quicker. 1:33.885. What a lap around Vietnam. That was beautiful, FCST. That beats the time that Knack started on pole last season by about 4/10. That's why I said that is the driver that's impressed me most this season. FCST, absolutely well done for that. So So there is our starting order for today. James at the end there as well. We missed that as well. FCST and James and the Renault going to be taking that front row of the grid. On the second row, we've got Kuhn and Domestos. On the third row, we've got David and Xz. 7th Lolla, 8th Lang, 9th Rowan, 10th Jasper, and 11th is Knack. As we said, FCST needs to score 9 more points than Knack right now if he wants that second place in the Drivers' Championship. Otherwise, it will be Knack's. I can very much see Knack taking the medium tyre on this and taking that different tyre strategy that's going to allow him to make his way up through that pack. Probably count on a few people in front of him taking wing damage, maybe pitting on lap 1 to then give him a bit more space in front to start, then just holding decent pace on those mediums, wait for everyone else to pit, have that much longer stint. But even mediums on Vietnam, it's a very hard track on tyre wear. Sector 3 is punishing on the tyres around here. Drivers currently selecting their tyre wear. Their tyre strategy. We have our formation lap. As always, see, as I said, should think Knack would be on the mediums, but I'll have a look, see what it says. He has gone for the mediums. That's what we thought. What? Why is my game giving me a fastest lap message already for James? We haven't even started the race. What? That's interesting. Well done, game. God damn, I can't wait to move to the new one. Although I'm still not sure the whole interval glitchy buggy thing's been solved on the new one. I think it does still go crazy every now and then. Well done for that fastest lap already, James. Don't know how you achieved that before the formation lap begun. We'll see if that holds up. I mean, people did. Let's have a look at our race laps from last season to hope that's. What have we got there? Our fastest lap last season in the race was Jasper with a 136.647. So, I mean, mostly our drives were on 137s, 138s, 39s, 40s. So, I mean, it's going to be close if anyone, I think, even beats that, in the race today. Or maybe James just gets, apparently gets fastest lap from the get-go because the game just wants to give Renault a point, apparently. Not sure. Maybe we'll make sure we get the full scoreboard at the end of the race and have a look at the other laps the other drivers have driven, because that is a pretty fast, impressive race pace lap around this track. Finally make our way back to the grid. No one disqualified on the formation lap. That's always very good to see. With the lights, FCST poised, ready, waiting. Can he finish 9 points in front of Knack? 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights all on. And they are out. Last race, race 18. The end of the season is underway. Renault and Haas both got away pretty well. Everyone got away pretty well there at the start. The Renault side by side through these first corners. Everyone else making it through. Look, I was ghosting there. I think something might have happened that I didn't quite see about. There looks like there's a McLaren there, missing some wing, and go. Red Bull's got wing. I'm trying to just check everyone's wing after the first corner. David there, a few positions. FCST dropping back. Kuhn now in front as well, at the front. Dom is there, moving up as well. Knack already up into 7th. Let's check them at the back. Jasper completely missing his wing, and Rowan, I think, missing part of his wing there behind. He's missing both end plates. Everyone else looking to make through relatively successfully, though. Who's that? Dropping back down right now. Going here, Logsy Segs and Lang. What happened in that hairpin? I think that's Lang losing a couple positions there. Knack now currently up into 5th. in through sector 3 right now. Nat running a little bit wide there. Lolla trying to get on the inside of him, unable to get the rotation. Xz almost then breaking very happily in the back. That's slowing down David right now, catching back up and getting just in front of Lang there as well. A little bit of scraping from those wheels from behind. Nax in the pits, Lolla's in the pits, Rowan's in the pits, Jasper's already retired. This might be going very well, though FCST's lost a couple of positions here off the start. This could be going very well for him right now, with Nak starting in that medium tire, taking potentially that better strategy around this track. It's going to be a 2-stop anyway, this track, if not 3, depending on if you take wing damage or how hard you burn those tires. Nak right now on the hards, he's going to have to pull off a hell of a stint on those hards to make up for this right now. Dom starting to maybe lose pace a little bit off these other guys towards the front here. Yep, James is in first. It isn't the McLaren of Rowan. I'm not sure why. Goddamn interval time. Flick down through the cars. Jesse Xz there, and that's the other Red Bull of Lang. He's got the Williams of David holding his heels. David definitely losing out on a lot of positions there from the start, all the way down into 7th right now. Big old gap now between these top 7 and the rest, because they've all pitted. It's, I still can't work this thing. There we go, position change. Domestos right now in the pit as well. We're also taking wing damage. This. Yeah, there's wing damage. This race is literally, basically, essentially a game of who can pit the less. It's not even how fast you can go around this track, to be honest. It's just about getting those laps done pretty cleanly and more safely, to be honest, because more than likely one of those guys in front of you is going to be getting a wing change. So if you can just kind of make it around, doesn't matter if you're a couple of seconds, like a second or so slower a lap, they're going in for a pit for a wing change each time they change their tires. It's going to help you out. Front 3 here though. Coon definitely putting the pressure on James right now. DRS enabled this lap. It is lap 3. There it is. James under pressure from that DRS. Big old long DRS zone, as we said. Very easy to burn out your ERS along there as well. That third sector of heavy fueled up cars is relentless. It is. That third sector is so hard. If you take a wrong line through this sector here, it can just unstable the car's wrong position for the rest of it, and then you try and take it any sort of speed, it's so easy to clip a wing, lose an end plate, and then it's so difficult without even missing one end plate through that sector. It makes it unbelievably hard. And James starting to pull away from Bakun a little bit there through sector 3. Okay, we have everything there. FCST closing the gap a little bit slightly. Xz right now up into 4th. Lang up into 5th right now. David in 6th. These guys at the back here haven't pitted yet. David getting that DRS on Lang right now. Lang is nearly side by side there in to turn 1. Lang's just about going to come out ahead of though. David running quite wide there. Lang getting very wide, just gone wide, and we'll just finish off that wide line. I'd say probably the safest place to re-enter the way he did. Still ahead, David in another DRS zone right now though. He's going to slip in back behind for that one, wait for the big long one, and then we should imagine he'll be sending it past the Red Bull by the time we come up to turn 10, the little bend in the kink up here. Coon very much closing back up in on James right now. What's going on at the front here? DRS zone, that's what that is. I think Lang's putting down the ERS there, trying to defend from David. Doesn't want to get him past in that DRS zone. As we said though, such a long track, it's very easy to burn out that DRS, burn out that ERS. Although for the length of the track it is, there's only a couple of real heavy braking zones, only about 3 properly heavy braking zones, because once you get to sector 3 here, it's just light little taps of the brake. Lang's taken some wall there. There's an example of the amount of time lost from here, from just coming off the line slightly, clipping your wing, and has he damaged his car, or did he just... Car's okay, I think he's just come off his line. FCST's wing, he's got his wing, it's all there, end plates are still attached. He is massively slipping off place up there. I think he's had a bit of a problem maybe in, I should mention that sector 3. We're looking at his time now and then where he is on the track between where we flicked over to it. I think that's definitely, like I think we just saw from Lang, just coming into one of those corners a bit too quick, not getting the rotation in the car, and just slipping off your line a little bit, and all of a sudden you have to take a big lift and a brake to then try and save your wing to make sure you don't hit a wall. Go. Let's get on, David. I'm challenging Lang again. Through the DRS zone, I think Lang's going to have to give it to him on this one. It's got to be tight coming in. Oh. Nope, David does just manage to slip ahead before the hairpin there. Lang getting a much better exit there, though. I'm back in front before turn 13. David taking as much. That must be a warning there on that corner on 13. I should imagine that Red Bull's looking better through sector 3 right now than it did a minute ago. David locking up a little bit there, coming through. Locking up again right now. Red Bull getting very close to the wall. Now David's going to go DRS again. I don't think it's very short, this DRS zone, the first one here, to try and get in place and make a move. Let's get back on here with Nak and Domestos right now. Both will be having to pit. Nak also the only driver right now to kind of a penalty around here. Nak with a 3-second penalty right now. Lollopuppa has just retired. I think they retired in the pits, and they've decided that's enough of that track for the day. That's brought out a safety car, actually. Is that not in the pits? Is that... Where is... What? That's interesting. That's not, maybe not, that's in the pits, that's on the straight. They've come through turn 23, maybe a bit too hot, put on the power. There's that little wall, isn't there? They've turned in too quickly, getting on the power. They've clipped that wheel on the inside left wall, and there is Nak under the safety car conditions right now, spinning on the exit of turn 8 and turn 9, and that's damaged some wing again. Mercedes is not going to be happy about this now. The safety car, let's see who we got. Everyone diving in to the pits right now. Let's get back on to our tyres. This driver's finally from the softs. Are they going to throw on some hards right now, or are they going to put their mediums on and do a double stop it right now? I wouldn't be happy with the hards myself here around this track. James has gone for it. Kuhn's gone for the hards. FCST has gone for the double stop. He's gone for the mediums instead. He's seen the two in front of him coming on those hard tyres. He's put the mediums on and thought they're all going to be bunched up again under the safety car. Those hards are going to be difficult to get the same sort of pace and traction through that sector 3. FCST can get a good launch again from the safety car. Could be looking good if he can make it, if he can get in front of Kuhn and James quickly and start setting some distance between them. He could be then looking very good towards the end of the race, as long as he can stay out of trouble, as long as he can keep his wing intact through the rest of the race. He could be in a reasonably good position right now. Who else we're looking at? Most of the other drivers all there, starting on the softs, all opting also to put on the mediums. Not many people fancy their chances on the hard tyre around here. Dom always, he's already back, not always, he's already back on to the hard tyre right now. Gambling, it is strategy gambles, and that's where James has taken that gamble. He's in first, he's put on the hards. He doesn't want to be making more stops and dropping himself back. Coon's seen him go to the hards. He's done it as well. He's played the same strategy being in there, and that's where FCST's decided to go for the counter strategy, which is always interesting to see how that works. And I think FCST may have taken the better option on this one, personally. It's hard, 20 laps out of those hards around Vietnam. Those hard tyres can take it, they'll take the punishment, but they're not going to be in great shape by the end of it. They're not going to be supplying that same sort of grip and power through that third sector, which is so important. And so if FCST can get in front, he should be able to build up a bit of a gap and then pit back in, come out on some softs again at the end of the race. Another 6 laps on a set of softs. What's that he's going to be doing? We're doing about 14 laps on the mediums, another 6-7 laps on the softs at the end, and he'll probably drop back down just behind Kuhn and James on that. I like FCST's strategy as well. I really think there's a few tracks I think that the hards just don't give you enough kind of grip. They don't give you enough traction through the corners, and I mean, I keep mentioning sector 3, but it is pretty much every single one of those corners there from turn 13 to turn 22. Pretty much link. You don't have much other choice of a racing line through there. You don't have much ability to come off your racing line or change it through there. You have to enter pretty much that whole sector and make your way through it very cleanly. As soon as you come off that line, and we can see what happened. We saw what happened to the Lang there. We saw FCST drop loads of pace in that sector. It's very easy to lose time in there. I don't think the hard tyres give you that same sort of grip and traction through that sector on this track. Same as Silverstone in the last race. Silverstone hards are a nightmare on Silverstone. I don't think, again, they supply the same sort of traction for that either. Something like Austria, even Brazil, they're absolutely fine to run hards around. I think when you come to tracks like Silverstone or something like USA, where you've got serious kind of like proper chicanes there, where you need that grip and traction and quick movement between the tyres, I don't think the hards kind of offer up enough for you. And beneficial always in the long run for those tracks. We are James anyway back in control right now in sector 3. Just imagine he's probably going to take it very slow into turn 23, the last corner, and probably about halfway through that corner of turn 23, he's probably going to put his foot down and try and catch Kuhn, unsuspecting, coming into the straight, so he can get himself away on a good start. Let me go into 22 right now. Slowing it down, keeping it slow, that's what he said, and then he's going to turn and foot will go down. Not as quick as I was maybe expecting him to put that down. Everyone's still pretty much with him. FCST's got a good long slow on those mediums. Look at that, straight up in front there, running a bit wide though. James got back in front of him. Try for a very late break, and Kuhn's on the inside there. FCST just sneaks in front. He's gained one position. He's got James left to make up for it now. Coon, David, Xz doing there right well on David. Go back here, Lang and Knack coming into this corner. Knack launching it in front of Lang there. He's going a bit wide through those corners. David coming up on the inside of Coon right now. Coon just sneaking it through there. FCST is in front of James through that corner now as well. That medium strategy, he couldn't have hoped for a better start from that end of Sector 1. He's already in front of both those drivers. He's going to have better grip now coming through Sector 3. I expect we should start to see FCST pull away from these drivers. Coon and David battling there. Coon going wide on the chicane. David sneaking his way in front. David up into third again. Coon on the hard tyres there. These hard tyres back onto this lap. After that, maybe they're not hot enough. Maybe they just need to be worn in for a few laps before they really start feeling any better. FCST, what's he looking like through the chicane? We're following with James, following him. FCST, I don't think having the best lines through the Sector 3 there. It was getting up to 6 tenths in front of James. Quick little snap of oversteer there from James coming out of turn 23. Manages to keep hold of it though. FCST running wide there in the first couple of corners. Very quick rotation though, coming back out of 4 and 5 though. That pulled him a few attempts up there straight away than what James was able to on the hard tyres. Guys behind starting to separate out a little bit right now. David pushing on hard though to catch up to James. Xz here right behind Coon right now as well. I can see Knack there behind as well. Domestos down in 8th right now after that restart. Guys on the hard tyres here don't seem, I can definitely see them not being able to be as aggressive through the corners and get back on the power as quick as what the other guys are right now. David will be catching back up to James, getting the power a little bit too quick there after 12. FCST, this is where we would expect to see FCST to try and pull away now in this third sector. Still just about to see James there as we're coming around these corners in the rear view. James and some reasonable lines there, almost gained a 10th, losing a 10th every other sort of corner. It's not. This is the point now where these mediums are fresh. This is where FCST needs to make these gains before these mediums start wearing in too much and he finds himself losing a bit of pace. He needs to be making the gains in these early laps. He's done the hardest bit of work of making his way in front of James and Coon, and now he needs to put this softer rubber to work. There we go, DRS is going to be getting enabled. It is enabled right now, and James is just about in DRS range. That's the timeline. That's almost up to 9 tenths. Then it's just on the exit of the corner here, down the straight in a minute. Or is it just before the straight? It's just before the corner, isn't it? FCST has problem tyre temps recently. And that's why his pace isn't as fast as it could be. It's a difficult track here. If your setup's not quite right and you're putting maybe a bit too much pressure on them, you could be heating up the temps and then not getting the same sort of grip as you should be out of the corners. David right now as well was catching up to James. He seems to be slipping off a little bit right now. His wing's still attached. Coon is catching back up now though. Maybe he's had a couple of bad sector 3s as well. And what have we got here? David essentially leading Coon and Knack here. Xz nearly within the DRS range of Knack there. Knack catching up to Coon. I think that safety car has possibly been a big help out for Knack around here. Apparently the fastest lap has reset itself because James has reset the fastest lap with a 1:39 there. So James's early fastest lap during the formation lap of a 1:36 didn't count. Thank you, game. That was very close to that inside wall there of turn 3 and 4. Now again the DRS on Kuhn. Xz just out of DRS range there. Lying back here, giving his teammate a tow within the DRS range right now. Lang getting it from Xz. 62 Red Bulls are going to be looking to make their way up past that McLaren soon. Unless Xz can get into the next DRS range to help defend himself. Knack getting the DRS on Kuhn, looking to make it into the hairpin fast. Kuhn does slip back in behind Knack on the softer compound tyre there. I think Knack's going to be so thankful for that safety car after that having to pit initially and switch his mediums onto the hards. He's been able to switch back to his mediums and pretty much get back onto the same strategy he would have before now. So he's going to work his way forward on those mediums and then try and get on a pair of softs at the end. But FCST was what, 1-2, about 5 seconds in front of him. It's not too bad a lead. He could still be able to make up through that. Only James can beat James. Indeed, although Knack's beating James right now to 1:38.9 for our current race fastest lap. We'll see if we'll beat the race fastest lap from last season, which was a 1:36.6, which was actually set by Jasper in last season. Jasper's out of this race already, though. Following on with Knack, trying to make his way past Kuhn right now. He's got a fastest sector again there in Sector 1. So close, wheel to wheel there through turns 6 and 7. Knack just sneaking ahead. Kuhn going back to the inside. There was a slight tap there of the wheels. Knack gets in front on the exit of 9. That has been holding these two up. There is David in there as well, that's caught up and made up from that. Was that the Williams coming through and not the AlphaTauri that I was looking at? They're both blue and white. Knack on the David on the outside of Knack there. Kuhn looking to get on the inside. He's so close behind that Williams right now. Coming in, Kuhn slips back in behind, doesn't try and summon up the inside of 13. That could have been dangerous. It's almost looking like a way past for the Williams through Sector 3 here. Lockups. We've seen lockups from the Williams to David here earlier in Sector 3. Locking up again there in turn 22. Knack now has got clear air in front of him to start dry chase down these leaders right now. James been keeping with FCST over the last 6 laps on his hard tyres. That is great pace from James on those hard tyres to be able to stay with FCST right now, doing everything he needs to. Let's have a look at ERS levels. Both looking reasonably lowish there on their ERS. Kuhn back in front of David. Just about. Oh, my lungs broken. Oh, I just choked trying to read your message and drink at the same time. Oh, fuck, that hurts. Oh. Where were we? Dirty hair from the camera. Oh god, I can't even speak. Oh, watch the racing. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Oh, drink more, that'll make it better. Very right. McLaren of Xz is going into the pit right now on lap 15. His mediums, so you've got another set of mediums to get to the end. He has got another set of mediums to take to the end. To say he's not going to be wanting to put on the hard tyres right now. Anyway, James is impressing us right now. Definitely keeping with FCST. FCST, neither of these cars up here look like they got wing damage there. Let's have a look on James. Can we see the other one, the Renault? I'm pretty sure that Renault's clear. Yep, they're both looking good right there. James doing a hell of a job to stay with FCST on those hard tyres right now. He's going to get him in the DRS there. It's going to be close. FCST protects the inside. James looks like he's nearly got a better run out of there. FCST on that medium tyre, though, managed to just get a little bit more traction, though, and protect it. I don't think FCST was maybe counting on this Renault having such good pace. And look at that there from James. One small mistake from FCST straight in front through Sector 3. What a move there. That was beautiful from the Renault. Absolutely great driving on those hard tyres around here. I thought FCST was going to slowly start to build up a bit of a gap and pull away from James there. James hasn't let him, though. James is on fire indeed. It's absolutely great driving here from the Renault. FCST in the DRS zone right now, looking to come back into turn 6. He's just going to sneak his way in front again with the aid of the DRS. James, though, where did he pass to, though? I think FCST did pass the DRS timeline before James did. James should be getting it along the straight here in a minute. He is going to get the DRS timeline right before the turn in there of turn 6 at the end of the other DRS straight. So if you pass in one DRS straight, you give the DRS to the other person. That first DRS is probably better, maybe sometimes, to just stay behind them. Take it in the second DRS zone, then get through Sector 3 quicker than them and go through there first, but move from James now. Got the time through Sector 3 there. That was so stable. Look at the back of the car there. Through Sector 3, unfaltering. It's pulled nearly a whole second on the Haas there through that third sector. FCST not getting any DRS now along the pit straight either. That was damaging for him. Almost like James is toying with him here with that DRS. Goon right now battling with Knack. Who's that? No, Domestos behind him. And David there. What's going on here? Langstaff dropped down to P7. Domestos slowly working his way forward on these hard tyres. This could be interesting from the Red Bull driver. David's obviously going to have to pit again. Knack and FCST are going to have to pit again, but Domestos and Kuhn slowly starting to work their way back forward again from choosing to take that hard tyre earlier on. David not having a good run there through 7, 8 and 9. Yeah, back up towards the front here. FCST still trying to just stay with James. He's literally a few thousandths of a second out of that DRS range. James pulling so much time through Sector 3 here. Where is FCST's wing? It looks like it's his wing's absolutely in one piece. He knows he's losing time. He's going to take, I think FCC's adapting his strategy right now. 10 laps left to go. Is he going to try and run softs to the end of the race? What's he going to put on right now? Has he got another set of mediums to put on right now? I wouldn't say he's going to be taking softs for 10 laps towards to the end. Nope, he's going for another set of mediums. Knows James isn't going to be going to the end of the race. He's losing pace though. That's... I mean, to be fair, FTST has got certain great pace on those mediums against anyone else, just not against James on a set of hards. This man is... Where's that gone? This man is working a set of hards around Vietnam as if these were the softest softs. This is a pure C1 tyre right now. He's treating a C5 like an absolute C1, and I don't know how he's doing it, but I would love to see a picture of the tyre wear of these hards after the next 10 laps as we come through the final corners. It's going to have to be up in the 80% region. It's going to have to be so close to having a blowout by the time he's got to the end of it. To set this pace right now on a set of hard tyres around this track with as damaging a tyre wear that is done, they're going to be ruined. We've got 10 laps left to go. Only 3-second penalties. All our penalties are 3-second penalties. FCST, fresh out of the garage on a fresh set of mediums. Sneaking his way in front of the Red Bull there of Lang. I think Lang will be looking to stay with him right now if he can. Get a bit of DRS, that'll help pull him around the track on his last couple of remainder laps of his medium tyres, although FCST coming out so quick on those tyres. James right now putting on a set of mediums until the end of the race now. He's making it interesting. He's not relying on FCST. He's not giving FCST, doesn't want to give FCST a chance to catch back up to him and then take advantage of him being on a softer tyre, so decide to pit back in, knowing how quick he was on those mediums. James should be unrealistically quick right now on a set of mediums, considering she's in hards a minute ago. He was 2 seconds behind FCST, but I mean, we've got Domestos and Goon up here who are on hard tyres. We'll see if they're going to take us to the end of the race or what is going to happen. Nat's going to have to pit in before the end. I should imagine Nat's going to be saving those for a set of softs. He's going to take another lap or two, I think, for Nat before he switches his tyres. Goon and Domestos coming into the hairpin right now, both from the hards. Domestos on the wide line, just gets out in front of him. He's going to make it to turn 13. Kuhn looking to the inside there, goes back and behind. For a track that can be as damaging as this one right now with your wing and pit stops, I think the drivers that are remaining in the race right now, not the two that may be DNFs, but the ones remaining have done a very good job of navigating through this tight street circuit. So FCC was about 6-something seconds behind Kuhn when he first came back out from the pits. He's managed to pull back about between 4 and 5 tenths there on Kuhn and Domestos. James looking to be the same. He's also pulled about 4 or 5 tenths on FCST right now. He was just over 2 seconds behind him when he came out of the pits. Lang's now put on his softs. 8 laps left on a set of softs for Lang. He's coming out of the pits 4 seconds, 7 seconds behind. Xz is right there. He'll be looking to make that up and move up a position over the last laps of the race. I think that'll be reasonable there for Lang, moving up. Wait, no, he's only just gone into the pits. Oh, is time? No, now he's coming out of the pits. Goddamn crazy pit time, and no, he's quite a bit away behind Xz right now. 12. Right, so that Red Bull getting up into 6th by the end of this race. Kuhn and Domestos still running close together right now. As we said, Nak still going to have to pit. He's not going to put 8 more laps in on those mediums. That would be 21 laps on a set of mediums. They are going to blow. Let's look at our gap to leader actually quickly. Working where Nak's going to come out. He's going to pit in soon to put on some softs. Just looking at coming out behind James, a big gap there between James and Xz. That's where Nat's going to be coming out into 5th when he puts on the softs. What was that crunch when I was looking at the time? I'm following on with Kuhn. I hope that wasn't a wing, but I heard a crunch. It's all still intact. That's lucky. And the fastest lap there for James with 1:38.037. James still beating James. Koon getting the DRS onto Domestos right now. Nack's still going around on those medium tyres. Wondering how many laps he's going to leave himself on the softs. Because each lap right now he is losing pace slightly right now. Even James is gap to leader. That's almost dropped by a couple of seconds just through this lap. I think if Nack is going to box, he'll probably box in this lap, come out onto lap 22 with a set of softs. That will then be about 6 or so laps till the end of the race for him for those softs. That should leave him within pretty good range and pretty good pace to be able to attack, but he's going to have to really put his foot down on those softs. See, we can see him in front. We're gaining on him right now with Domestos and Koon on these hard tyres. Domestos just sneaking into DRS range right now. If Nack's got any sense, he would pit right now. He doesn't want to be bringing these guys back round that last corner and giving them DRS, because that's only going to help them. Koon's going in for a pit stop right now off those hards. Nack stayed out on the mediums. Nack's going to be giving Domestos a big old DRS to right now. Koon might have done better to stay with Domestos at that point and get that DRS as well that Nack's going to be supplying. He's on those aging mediums and he's just helping out Domestos right now. FCST and James forever gaining on these guys. Koon gone in for a pit stop now, changing strategy up mid-race, but he's going to have a bit of work to do right now to catch back up. This is going to be an interesting last few laps. The only thing I can think right now is Nack is trying to go to the end on these medium tyres. He's left it too late, I think, to pit right now. If he pits in right now, he's not going to leave himself enough time to catch back up on the deficit that it will create from him pitting. But then, as we said though, Nack, he can't win the Drivers' Championship. He just, FCST needs to finish with 9 points more than what Nack does to take this championship. So they're there right now. Nack will be taking 18 points. FCST will be taking 15 points. Even if FCST makes his way in front of Nack to take 18 points, Nack then needs to score 10 points, which is 5th place. The difference between Nack and 5th place right now is 15 seconds. He's got 6 laps left to do right now, including this one. Even on those aging tyres, then he can afford to then lose about 2.5 seconds per lap to the cars behind him to still be able to finish in 5th place and still finish in front of FCST in the championship. Nack also there though with a 3-second penalty. Look at these. Look at Domestos right now. He's managed to pull a 2.3 second lead over Nack. Nack's not going to be wanting to drop down the position so quick right now. He's going to be trying to hold FCSC and James behind him as much as he can. That's going to hinder them on their ability to catch Domestos over the last few laps. Nack forever storing that ERS. Finally, for the time that we commend him on his ERS storage, he actually has it stored up. Look at how quickly they're gaining though in that DRS. FCST James jostling for position right there. They ran out of the house, touching wheels out the back just there. What a great view on the back of the Mercedes we have right now. Heading up into turn 13 right now. James just sneaking ahead of FCST, almost catching his wing on the back of Nack. Just then backs out of that move into turn 13. Looking again, waiting for that little gap like he did on FCST to dive past. Look on the outside through sector 3. Goes James on that fresh set of mediums. FCST trying it as well. And they've come together. Mercedes come together with the Haas. Last coming out of that unscathed. FCST not wanting James to get away from him, tries the same move on the next corner. Connected wheels with the Mercedes of Knack. Knack lost his wing plate from that as well. I don't think it's time for him to pit right now. As we said, all he needs to do is remain in 5th position, and as long as FCST doesn't finish higher than 2nd, Knack will still win it. No, not win it, but he'll be 2nd within drivers. Domestos though, all this going on behind him is just allowing him to pull away more and more. He took a win here in the Season 3. Can he hang on for the next 4 laps and make it a 2nd consecutive win in the go? Last person to claim that top podium position in Vietnam. The last win of this season. Season 4? The last win on F1 2020 in the AV League. Who will it go to? James there, closing down that gap. It was just above 2 seconds. He's getting a lot more grip though through this Sector 3. It's what we said, that Sector 3 is so important. That's where all the time is won and lost. Nags having to bit on the last few laps. That could change a lot. I think he might just have a gap between him, and it's going to be tight. I think X's might just get him because he's going to be taking a wing change on that as well. If he goes down to 6th, he's only getting 8 points. FCST currently looking to get 15 points. FCST picking up penalties right now though. McLaren has gone past. He's not going to be wanting to drop down to 7th. Is Lang going to get him? I think Lang's going to get him as well. He is. Knack down to 7, that's 10, that's 8, that's only 6 points there for Knack. FCSC looking at getting 15. That would give him 9 points. If Knack finishes in 7th, FCST will take 2nd in the Constructors' Championship. But we've got penalties right now. FCSC's got 5-second penalties, which will drop him nowhere because Kuhn's got a 3-second penalty. Kuhn needs to get within 2 seconds of FCST if over these last few laps, if he wants to mitigate against FCST's penalty. What's going on right now? James and Domestos. James soft compound through Sector 3. Are we going to see the same move again? Already poised on the outside there, looking to take a slightly wider line through some of these corners, waiting on the outside line, waiting for them to slow down a little bit so he can just jump on through ahead. Into the DRS zone right now. I ran out a bit before the end of the race because this is too intense. Got some cinematic cam right here now, picking up another 3-second penalty, 9 seconds there. He's going to lose that position to Lang where he is right now. That's going to drop him down to 7th, which means 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6. Lang will be scoring 6 points. So as long as FCST comes... Next one, 6. If FCST comes 3rd, he can't drop lower than 3rd though, but Kuhn there pushing on FCST. No, that's not Kuhn pushing on FCST. Is it? What's going on? Game's showing me different angles to all the drivers that I'm on. That doesn't make sense. Kuhn is though pushing on FCST. He's got within 2 seconds of FCST. FCST cannot lose this 3rd position to Kuhn, otherwise he will go to 3rd in the championship. Lang up into 5th right now. What's happened to Lang right there? X's now in front of him. Knack trying to work off this penalty as much as possible. I can't do the math quick enough. with how these guys are changing position to work out who's going to be where. Kuhn so close behind FCST right now. He's going to be getting DRS. Kuhn is definitely within penalty range for FCST. Not been there. In fact, this penalty thing's took him down to 7th. Max still currently going to be finishing this race in 7th by the looks of it. As long as X's can maintain pace right now. Kuhn's going to be looking to be in front of FCST by the end of it. Kuhn, honestly, we saw him pit. He's got that good, fresh set of tyres right here. This view from behind them at the top, they're going side by side through 6, 7. FCST, I think, just going to come out in front. They touched slightly. I think they might have touched the walls on either side, both of them. FCST losing some wing there. I don't know if that happened a minute ago or if he'd already lost that wing, and that's why he was running slightly wide through these corners. James right now is in front of Domestos. Kuhn right now. Why are you changing cameras too much? There's the other car on the inside. That was a crunch. Domestos though, clean race right now with no penalties. FCST up to 8 seconds of penalties right now. Kuhn having made his way in front of him right now. I think it's going to be Matt that's going to be taking second in the Drivers' Championship now. FCST haven't lost that 3rd position, and he's not going to be getting it. FCST is going to be stuck there in 4th, which is only 8 points for him. Not what he needed today, and it all comes down to Domestos right now. Can Domestos stay within 3 seconds of James on this final lap of the race and take the win instead? If he does, Dom will be the only person to have more than 1 win on this track. Our previous winners were Kuhn and Gargamelin and Domestos. That would also give him a 3rd podium around here. Kuhn, if he maintains that 3rd position on this last lap, will also have his 3rd podium around this track. It's so close with Domestos right now. He's giving it everything. There's absolutely nothing left in the tank or the battery right now. Fuel lights flashing, ERS is flashing. This is it for the Red Bull. He's currently 5 tenths behind, and we've got that horrible Sector 3 left to go, 2.8 tenths. Tom needs an amazing run through Sector 3 right now, and James is pulling every single one of these corners. It's back a little bit. He's got a better entry. We're down to 7 tenths. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong one. He's on 3.3. I'm looking at Kuhn's distance to Tom. That was an idiot. Domestos slipping outside of James's penalty range there, coming in to the final corners. James has done it. He's gonna take the win. It's gonna be to James. Kuhn's catch up there, they're right behind Domestos. 1 more lap, and Kuhn maybe could have made it in front of the Red Bull just then. What a ballsy decision from Kuhn to put on those softs towards the end of the race. James smashed punch. James absolutely smashed that race. He had amazing pace throughout that track. To stay with FCST on the hard tyres when FCST was on the mediums, that is what won James the race there today. Maintaining pace on those hard tyres through that Sector 3, being able to always get that DRS off FCST to keep him with him, forcing FCST to take that other strategy of switching on to another set of mediums, which I don't think would have been FCST's original strategy. I think his original strategy would have been soft, medium, soft strategy. Pull away from James on the medium tyres and then come back in for some softs and retake the position and attack at the end. But James won a hell of a job on those hard tyres mid-race. A great run there from Kuhn at the end as well, deciding to switch on to the softs and trying to get back up in front. Another lap, and I reckon he might have been in front of Domestos and had that 2nd place. I think that was a worthy final race. The overtakes there from James through Sector 3, round the outside, they were very, very well done. Very nice, I think. It may be the winner, and it may be cliche sometimes for the winner to be driver of the day, but I think my driver of the day there has to be James. It's absolute speed on the hard set of tyres, and those overtakes through the outside on Sector 3, just being able to remain calm and close to the car in front, absolutely poised, waiting for the moment he could dart in front. On the behalf of our podium today is James Domestos and Coon. That's a third podium round here for Domestos and Coon. FCST in 4th, Nax in 5th, Xz 6th, Lang 7th, Rowan 8th, David 9th, Lolla 10th, Jasper in 11th. That means Knack does remain that second spot in the Constructors' Championship. I'm pretty sure on the points there will be done begin. I'll be taking 18. We'll be taking 6, 20, 24, second 30. I think Haas will just about remain above AlphaTauri in the Haas will just about remain above Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship as well. That was the end of the race today. That is the end of Season 4 of AV. That's the end of F1 2020. We may be back. We may not. I'm not sure. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate on all of these races, and maybe we'll be back for season 5 in a month's time when AV recommences, and maybe we won't. We'll see if I can be a good person and control my anger management issues. Yeah, we'll maybe see you in a month. If not, thank you very much and have fun and take care and continue to enjoy your racing.